Everybody is irritating me. And I know how when you say stuff, it has to be so. Like, just because I'm saying that everybody is irritating me, everybody is going to irritate me, right? I mean, which is fine because I can handle it. But it's like, we create our reality, right? And we create things we go through and things like that, right? But on top of that, and yes, in a sense, things are an illusion, right? But in another sense, not talking about children, but just everybody else, excluding children, right, are grown people. And it's like a part of being a grown up is taking care of yourself, taking care of your responsibilities, right? And I necessarily don't like when other adults try to push their responsibilities onto other adults, right? So what I mean is, like, say like people don't want to pay their bills, or they don't want to pay their rent, or like in my city there's a lot of squatting and there's a lot of homeless because people, now outside of people with mental issues, right? It's just like it's so many other things going on in the 3D that it can get overwhelming and it can get irritating and it can get annoying, because you start to feel like, why are people around us, right, not getting it together, right? And then you affirm for them to get it together, but you still have to, like, deal with the middle of them getting it together, if that makes sense. Like, there's always going to be something going on. You could say, I want things done in a divine way. You could say, I want things done in a perfect way. It don't matter. In the illusion part of life, in the 3D part of life, it's still going to happen. People you love are still going to pass away. People going to lose their children. Like, this other stuff is still going to happen. And sometimes, they say be delusional. But being delusional sometimes can make you lose touch with reality, right? And then it's like, really, like, the 3D gets harder and harder and harder on you, right? So that's why I feel like my channel is different, because I'm not going to get on here and say every day I wake up to lollipops and gumdrops. Like, that's not reality. Even when you affirm for things to go smoothly, stuff is still gonna happen. Like, and I feel like people crack or people break because they don't face the what's happening. They don't learn how to be self-calm or self-meditate when things are going on. Like, for instance, when things go on in 3D I don't like, I'll still address it. I'll still talk about it. I'll still say whatever. I don't care if it's negative. I will still cuss somebody out. I don't care. Now, you can revise what was said and what you did. But if you feel like you need to vent outside of hurting someone, as I always say, if you in like a physical situation, just step away from the situation. But like talking, you can say what you want to say. You don't even have to get loud or curse. You can fuss somebody out in a nice way, right? But it's okay to still choose to be you, right? And so I'm just saying that because I woke up today and just everybody got on my nerves. Every person I talked to so far today has literally gotten on my nerves, just because they keep saying delusional stuff. They say stuff that's out of touch with reality, right? And then for me, it's like, how are you functioning as an adult when you're so out of touch with reality? Oh, because you won't face your own 3D, right? So what I'm gonna start affirming is, like, I'm gonna start interacting with people who face their consequences, who like embrace their consequences, who like deal with what's going on with them. Because today I just don't feel like dealing with nobody else's bullshit. Really, that's an affirmation I got for today. I don't feel like dealing with nobody else's bullshit today. I don't want to deal with anyone else's bullshit today, right? And when it's for and actually, as I'm sitting here talking to you guys, what I think I'm going to do today is, anybody who says anything to me today, I'm going to read them like a deck of cards. I'm going to read them their rights. I'm going to tell them what's wrong with their reality. I'm going to tell them what's wrong with their 3D, and I'm not sugarcoating nothing today. Because when you baby people, they don't change. Is what I'm really learning about how to really get people to change. Sometimes that's what. And when I was younger, I hated getting constructive criticism, right? But now that I'm an adult, I love it, because I love to hear an opposing way of seeing things, so I can be like, oh, that's how they see it. Okay, maybe I can change this, and that. Because we have a problem changing the way we think on our own. That's why repetition is so important. That's why it takes about 28 to 30 days to really implement a new idea or a new thought into your brain, because repetition is what gets a difference in our life and in our mind and what changes our reality. And most people can't see what they need to be changing. Most people can't see what they need to be having on repeat in order to change the way they see things. It's like you have to seek out the knowledge for your brain to change, for the way you see things to change, for the world around you to change. You have to seek out that knowledge. It can be right in front of you, but you're not going to like pick it up or understand it because you aren't seeking out the different ways to change yourself. That's why affirmations do work. you know, and every day isn't going to be happy. I mean, you can get up and you can be grateful. I'm grateful I got up today. I'm grateful that things are going the way they are, but there's still other things going on, right? There's still things going on. It's somebody I know just took their life the other day, right? Somebody I know just took their life. So it's still the 3D. You still have to deal with it. Like, you can be delusional in your mind, but delusional doesn't mean, oh, no, a car can never hit me, so I can go walk in the middle of the freeway and I won't get hit. Like, you have to use your delusional way of manifestation and thinking to still function through the 3D. You have to find a way to keep your head level through the 3D. You have to maneuver. Even me, I've been through stuff. Even since I've learned about manifestation, right? Things still happen. The 3D still hits you. You have to come up with ways in your mind to get around that stuff and to get a grasp on it so you don't lose touch with everything. But the most important thing about manifestation is just the repetitiveness. You have to get up and tell yourself, okay, like, even with, okay, you got a bill that's due. This be the main thing people say bills is due. If so, the bill due. You see the bill in front of your face. You still want to say this bill is going to be paid. All my bills are paid. I'm abundant, right? How does that work? You may get an email saying we're offering a program that cuts your bill in half. You may get a check in the mail. You limit yourself saying, if I don't come out of my pocket and pay it, it won't get paid. You limit yourself. Just say the universe, and the universe has infinite ways of paying whatever it is. We might get a stimulus in the mail for the exact amount that you need to pay whatever it is. You just need to know that the bill is going to be paid. And still, even if the bill's 200, only got 20, go put the 20 on there then. You never know what is unfolding for you in the process. You might go down there to put the 20 on your bill, right? And then the person at the desk tells you about a program that you qualify for that pays the whole bill. You don't know because you're limiting your mind of what can happen for you. And that's what bills, that's what moving, that's what a new car, that's what money, that's what your finances. It's the way you see it. And then as you continuously I would never say ignore a bill, right? Delusion. I would never say ignore a bill because you're gonna be in the dark. But what I'm saying is still be making steps towards you paying it, you finding ways to pay it. You, whatever it is, the universe puts people in line for it to work out for you. I intend for this to make sense, so it's to make sense, so because people are struggling, and a lot of times I have people tell me they facing homelessness, they facing bills that they can't pay, or they unhappy. Like, this is what I deal with. It's like sometimes I feel like, the energy of all that, it balls up and it makes me like how I am right now, but it's a part of the process too, because the more I learn about how to deal with stuff, I come on here and I tell y'all so y'all can deal with it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would never say lay down and give up on something. And if anything, what I really, really see in a lot of, not a lot of people faces, but what I see is the unhappiness because people are being forced into this. The system is go to work, buy a house, pay bills, incur debt, college debt, car debt. I get it. Then there are people out here like what's his name, Ramsey, who teach you how to be debt free, how to live off of not being stuck on credit cards. Like, there's always an out to whatever it is that you want, but you have to seek out that knowledge and you have to put that knowledge on repeat. So I just want to tell y'all this. Even if you get frustrated with the free 3D, it's okay. It's teaching you something. Learn the lesson. Keep going. Okay? Don't lay down. Don't. And another thing in my happiness, because happiness is what a lot of people are struggling with, because I've been meeting a lot of people lately who've been talking to me a lot and just telling me about how they're not happy. And so my thing now is I want to tell people that the happiness that you are seeking is going to come from within you. It's not going to come from a new car or a new house. Those things are things you want and desire. But the happiness that you are equating with getting those things starts from within you. You want the relationship, you want the marriage, but if you don't even know how to create happiness for yourself, how are you going to create it in a relationship, right? And sometimes maybe the universe is just holding it off from you, because it's not to say you're never going to get it and you can't shift instantly to the reality where you have it. But that's with the changing of your mind. Do you see yourself as happy on your own? Do you see yourself as, oh, can I show my spouse, or can I show my coworker, or can I show other people how to be happy too, right? Can I show people how to change, turn a negative into a positive, and to have, because that's what people are dealing with right now, right? People are taking themselves out over stuff that I could look at and be like, that was temporary. They didn't have to take themselves out over that little bitty thing that was going to change at any moment, right? And I feel like that's what the work is. That's what loving your neighbor is yourself is. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes my approach might not be the sweetest or the kindness, or it might be a little harsh, but I don't care, because sometimes being harsh with people wakes them up and takes them out of la la land and takes them to the land where, oh, I don't need this to be happy. What I need is inside of me. Let me figure out ways to go inside myself to seek out this happiness that changes the way things are around me. That is what the work is. You should not be feeling depressed or mad. You should not be so reactive when the bill comes in, or whatever it is that you. This is what people talk about. They talk about bills, or they talk about homelessness, or they talk about being depressed. This is what I really like. A lot of my clients, I guess I can call them clients. A lot of my clients is what they talk about. But I'm not saying don't face it, but what I'm saying is, why is it making you feel a certain way? It's just a piece of paper at the end of the day, right? And whatever is going to happen is a temporary situation anyway. Even if you got to say, okay, this bill right here is just temporary. Even just start there telling yourself that about things. It shifts the way you see things, and it shifts your reality, because the way you start viewing the things that are happening to you is the way that you are going to change and shift your reality. I hope that makes sense for y'all. I hope that can help someone today, because I worry about people being depressed because of bills, right? I worry about people being depressed because they don't have a car. Like, so what? There's public transportation. You can get a bike. You can walk. You can still, getting a car is easy. Getting a house is easy. All these things are easy. People do it every day. We are all the same in a sense, because whatever anyone else has in a 24-hour and can do or can make, we can create it for ourselves too. There's nobody that's better than you. There's nobody that has more than you. It's all possible, but it starts with the way you program your mind. You have to reprogram your mind. You got to do, if you got to read the books, watch the videos, just tell yourself this situation is temporary. This too shall pass. This mountain will move. And that's how you're going to have to talk to yourself and encourage yourself to get to the next level of manifestation, straight up. Because I've been manifesting a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. Like, I haven't been on here like how I used to be all the time. And I love y'all, but it's because I just know that I'm helping people in real life, that people are falling into my path, whether they getting on my nerves or not, or irritating me or not. I still help them, and I still give them the truth so they can face it and they can change their reality as well. Okay? Because one thing you always gonna get from me is the truth. If you ask me, I'm gonna give it to you. I don't like, I grew up with a mother that didn't sugarcoat stuff, and now I can't sugarcoat it for nobody. But I'm glad that I'm like that, because you got to wake people out of this. It's like they in like it's like they're being lulled into passiveness, right? And you're going to have to be bold to break that chain of passiveness that society is trying to put us under. Like, straight up. Like, I know you see it. Like, you see people, like, if you got to go to a job that's making you unhappy, you got to change that in your mind first. You got to change that in your mind first. I know people who are happy to go to work, and then I'll be like, good job, and I encourage them on, because if that's making you happy, then go with it. But if it's you begrudgingly going, you cussing on the way there, you fussing at your employees or your coworkers, you got to look within outside yourself and see what's going on. You have to change the way you seeing these situations around you in order for them to get better. Because I'm telling you, what I really have been seeing lately is sometimes the manifestation you want, or the thing you want, is right there in front of you, but your mind won't let you see it because you're not ready to change the way your thought pattern is. In order to be a new person and create a new reality, you have to change the way you think and see things. And even if you say, I'm not going to lift a finger for my manifestation to happen, because sometimes I get so mad with the 3D, I will say that things still shift because I still see something differently in a new light, and it shifts to work out in my favor. So even if you don't lift a finger for your manifestation to come, something is still going to shift in your reality. Like, That's the work. That's how simple it is. So be encouraged not to be depressed, right? Not to feel unhappy. Whatever it is you're going through is temporary. It's gonna pass. Get your mind, see yourself in your mind passing that temporary stage. And I promise you, you're gonna get to the end of it, okay? I gotta go, you guys, because I got a lot of stuff to do. But I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.